here we go.
Here we go.
Hey, I'm Peggy.
And I'm Amanda.
And you're watching the Junction Fiber Mill
Millcast. Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
It's December now.
Well, it's not. Well, this is airing in December. Right. As usual, we're recording a few days. Sorry, I look like deer in the headlights.
Month 12. I mean,
yeah.
We made it.
Hey, speaking of deer in the headlights,
okay,
I have a Vermonty question for you.
Oh, okay, can't wait.
So you know that if you see a black cat cross your path, that's bad luck.
No, but okay, now I do.
Oh, absolutely. If you ever see a long.
Wait, how close does it have to be? If you see it in someone's yard, that can't be bad luck.
It has to be that it passed your.
Like you were going on a trail or down a road.
It crosses your path. Black cat crossed your path. Bad luck.
Okay.
Is it the same for deer? I'm driving down the hill, and I got one deer going right in front of the car, and I'm like, where there's one, there's two. So I start to slow down.
Yeah.
There's two, and I go, where there's two, there could. So, I ended up having to come to a full brake stop for 3 deer, and I just immediately thought, good luck or bad? And I've decided that's good luck. Especially if you don't hit them.
It's a sign to be cautious. That's what I always just take it. I mean, that's the practical thing, because I have literally at a standstill been hit by a running deer. Because the deer gets freaked, even though the car stopped, and it damaged the car. Oh. They just ran into us. Anyways, it's, so definitely if you've never been to Vermont and you come, especially in the fall, the deer get a little cuckoo this time of year.
Well, and it's hunting season.
And it's mating season 2, is that what it is? Because I think there's a time of year where they get wacky and they're in the road more. I know it's hunting, but I don't think it's the hunter's fault necessarily.
No, there aren't enough of them out there. All I got over, because it's really pea soup out there today. It's a really
drizzly, rainy. Yeah.
Man, their coloring is dead on to the leaves. So once they went across the road, I looked over and I could barely make them out against the fallen leaves. Their camouflage is good.
Yeah.
Anyway, and here's my other Vermonty thing.
Okay.
Guess what Todd's doing today?
Hunting?
No.
I cannot picture him doing that.
He's taken our primary car, our EV, in for snow tires.
Good.
I am such a wuss with snow.
We already got ours on.
Did you really?
3 weeks ago on our EV, which is the car that I drive, but it's not all-wheel drive. So that's usually at a certain point I switch with Cody and I take the Subaru, and then that has snow tires, and that's
the Vermont state car, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah. Although ours is 2013 and it's got a ton of miles on, and it's at that point where every year we're putting thousands of dollars in Vermont. You have to pass inspection. So, anyways. Also, let me remind you, there is a third baby on the way, and we do not have a third row car, which I just don't know that many people with 3 kids who don't have at least one 3-row vehicle.
Yeah, that's true.
What is Jason and Loretta? What do they have?
They have a Kia, I don't know what, but it's definitely 3 row.
Right?
Yeah, and they're driving a hybrid, and they love it.
Okay.
They love it. They don't have to buy gas much, and and that, I'm not throwing you under the bus, Loretta. That car, the interior. It says 3
mom
kids,
of 3
kids under 5 for sure.
So we need to head that direction, in my opinion. But what happens this time of year every year is this is where you start to play chicken on are we getting the snow tires on, or are we getting a new car right now? And so, because I think we need new tires anyway. There's just, when you get tires on, it's a good time to do whatever else you need to do.
Yeah, for sure.
So anyways, we're who knows, maybe next week we'll have a new car. Maybe not. I think we need it, but Cody's convinced himself that in both of our cars, we can fit the car seats. 1, 2, 3. I'm I just don't want to be reaching. And then you've got the issue of Maeve's literally sitting over here. Just don't pay attention. But Maeve would probably be in the middle, and I don't want her feeding the baby snacks and stuff while I'm driving.
having driven around with the 3 boys, we were in Portland just a couple weeks ago. The other challenge is getting back to that 3rd row to make certain they're buckled in.
Yeah.
Is not an easy feat. Because you've got to fold. It's just not so simple.
It's bad no matter what.
Yeah.
You're eventually I think in the olden days you just have a hatchback, and they're all just sitting on the seats. There's no car seats involved.
If you want to go to the truly olden days, when I was a kid, no seat belts.
Yeah, what'd you do? You had a big family.
Yeah, I'm one of 6 kids, and the first 4 were all within 5 years.
Did you have a station wagon?
We had a classic station wagon. I will never forget. I was very young. We were driving to Michigan, so from Connecticut to Michigan.
That's a long haul.
Long haul. All of us are in the back of the station wagon with the seats down. All right, so nobody's even, it's not even pretending, right? And there's a picture of us, I won't be able to find it, of the four of us on the side of a curve on a highway, like a service station area. And it was those little mini cereal boxes where you could cut a slit and fold them back.
Yes.
And we're all eating breakfast because we're already on the road eating with these. But that was the whole trip was.
And now these days,
you'd be arrested. Your parents would be in prison.
I mean, and now the discussion I've had with my friends who are just like, well, you can get the compact, you can fit 3 2-row seats, but they don't test as safely and whatever because they don't have the side impact. And it's just that stuff is important, but also it's at a certain. I mean, I tell this to Maeve every time I'm buckling her in. I'm just like, these car seats are great. We need them, but what a pain in the butt to put people in. It's just in it every time I stop. And it realistically takes under 20 seconds to get a kid in there. But there's something about the action of
The 5-point buckle thing. The big transition was when Emma and Malcolm could be on booster seats. That was a big change.
Are they both on boosters?
They are both on boosters. I think it's a weight thing.
5-point hard.
No.
I bet you, Maeve could then. Maeve and Lewis would then be able to, as Lewis weighs 3 pounds more than Maeve, you guys.
I don't know whether it's a weight thing or a height thing.
Yeah.
But so the big turning point was number 1, booster seats, and number 2, Emmer can absolutely buckle himself in.
Yeah.
He can pull it over and get in, and Malcolm sometimes needs a little bit of help.
All right, I got to look into this because the boosters could change the formula of
absolutely.
car versus one more year on the Subaru.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we'll look into
those
that.
are my Vermonty questions.
my car seat complaints. Okay.
Yeah, tires and deer.
Yeah. We're on the other we haven't yet come to Thanksgiving on our end yet. So in my future, we've got a lot of baking going on in our house. But I will share a picture of Maeve and I making my all-time favorite cookies just this past weekend. Cranberry pecan with brown butter frosting. It's the only recipe that I inherited from my childhood. My mom was not a baker, which is fine, but this was she worked as an accountant on a cranberry marsh my whole childhood. So she got all the trade magazines and stuff. And this must have come just as a promo for cranberries.
I didn't know that she worked for a cranberry.
Yeah, for my whole childhood. So and she used to bring me to work for the first stuff, whatever. I was too young to remember. But then when I'd have sick days during harvest season, I got to come and see this stuff. So
and is this in where?
Wisconsin.
Northern Wisconsin?
Central Wisconsin.
Okay, I didn't.
Which is a very big
I always think of cranberries as Massachusetts, but of course.
Well, totally. I mean, Ocean Spray came on the scene and made a big splash. And I think they ended up buying from a lot of Wisconsin farms too. But don't quote me there. Anyways, the cookies are very good. You'll see a picture of me.
Are you prepared to share the recipe? Because I've had them. They're delicious.
Let me think technologically how I can do that because it's one of those ones that literally lives just on my it's not from a blog or whatever. It's just
you'll figure it out because now that you've said what they are, who wouldn't want to make them?
They're really, really yummy.
They're very good.
And they're seasonal. So
they're and you think they're healthy because cranberries, but yeah.
If they didn't have the brown butter frosting, they'd basically be a scone. They're kind of toe that line
they're
between
little
cookies.
Cakey.
They're cakey. They're super cakey.
They're very, very good.
Anyways, last week we had our holiday sale, which we do every year. This year we definitely know there were inventory challenges. So
can you tell? Look at the back.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
We have survived. We have survived the toughest.
It's growing pains, guys.
It's growing pains, and the fall. I mean, that's when people want to start really leaning into the wool. Three big fiber festivals, and then the open houses. We are down to fumes, and that's okay. We're going to figure it out. But thank God that we have such a great team.
Yes.
They've hung in there in the middle of all of it. Also construction. So
and again, there's
we have a lot to be grateful for.
So much to be grateful for. Right before the holiday sale, we launched Smuggler's Notch Light as a special edition release to raise money for the Vermont Foodbank. Yeah. And I just want to say, the yarn sold out right away. We figured it would, and it enabled us to send them a check for $1,000.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, thank you very much. And that's some dinners.
That's going to make an impact in our little state.
We hope so. Yeah, in our little state. Sometimes referred to as the brave little state, which I'm not sure where that expression came from.
I'm sure we could find. I'm sure there's a whole podcast.
Yeah. Well, there is a podcast.
Yeah, called Brave Little State, but I'm sure their first episode is
why.
Why?
Yeah.
Anyways,
thanks for buying that Smuggler's Notch Sport Weight and helping fill up the shelves at our food bank. Much appreciated.
And for those of you that came to the open house last weekend, thank you for coming as well. And especially it was Shop Small Saturday. So
yeah.
Again, that's in the future for us as we're recording, but I'm sure it went great.
Yeah, and you were manning in on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I.
Well, not on my own.
This is so weird. Maybe I came by and helped.
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe I did. Anyway.
What do you think of my hat?
I love your hat. That hat is so you. It's your color, goes with the glasses.
Thank you.
Nice transition.
Yeah,
we're talking merch. You know what? I'm okay. This is again how old I am. In the beginning, when you'd use merch, I'm like, oh, what the hell is she talking about? And this was going back a couple years. I'm more hippie with it now. But I'm like, merch. And then I'm like, oh, come on. Really? We're calling it merch? And then I'm realizing everybody refers to it as merch. Get with the program.
What first came to your mind when we said merch?
I just didn't know what you were talking about. And I didn't want to say I didn't know what you were talking about. That happens a lot.
You can always say it, because you say stuff too, and I don't know.
Oh, well, yeah, like a black cat crossing your path.
There you go.
There you go.
So
my
merch.
goodness.
We have a merch launch today. We are excited to finally put these beautiful hats and our tote that we launched for festivals online. Let's
keep digging, because I want you to get to my favorite color.
Let's do that one last.
Oh.
They have seen the rest
a lot of these colors, yeah.
So,
all right, what's your plan here?
I have a plan. First, we'll talk the tote, because I don't want it to get overshadowed. It's a really cool tote. So we have kind of latched on to this fun catchphrase, if you knit, you know. And we did a line of merch going into the Fiber Festival season. So we sold these at Rhinebeck in Vermont and at Fiber Festival in New England.
Yeah.
And so we're finally putting them online. But this is just, it's a great tote. It does have a gusset on it, so it does expand a little bit. I think the manufacturer calls it the Economist tote. It's like a good size to throw your laptop in or fill with skeins or what have you. But we just thought if you knit, you know was like kind of tongue-in-cheek, kind of just like the perfect level of ambiguous.
So you guys know it, at some episode we talked about we're kind of going through a branding exercise, and in the process of going through that this expression came up as we were really working through what are we, and I sometimes use the expression we kind of have a secret handshake going with our customers, and the whole if you knit, you know, it just, the feeling was, maybe I just say, if it doesn't make any sense to you, then maybe you don't knit enough. No, I don't mean that. It just, we just thought it was a way to connect in a, you get it, wink, wink. It's sort of like, I know a parallel. If you're driving a Jeep, you know.
And they do the Jeep wave or whatever?
Yeah, the Jeep wave. It's just sort of, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of that, but for knitting. So we have a tote. That's available now on the website. They're made in New Hampshire. They actually like cut and sew them in New Hampshire, do the screen printing.
Which we love.
We love that. It's a nice heavy, super heavy
it's a
canvas.
it's a heavy canvas.
If you can't tell, it's a nice burgundy color.
And then what I think is so clever is, so we put the if you knit, you know on the back of the hat, right?
Yeah.
You can see it there. And to my mind, what that also means is you see that symbol and you go, God, what's that symbol? Well, if you knit, you know what that symbol is. It's us.
So we've got this color that I'm wearing. That's our
if you can't tell, these are corduroy.
Yeah, they're corduroy hats. These ones are embroidered in Vermont at a very hip company that's doing that for us now. And yeah, we got it. We went a little crazy on the colors because they had so many fun selections. So I obviously went with the ochre. This is, I think we're calling this the red, and the, I don't know, probably just pink.
Right. Then we also have the green.
Green, which is kind of it's really close to what our mill green is. So these were the 4 that we launched at festivals. But then we needed to reorder because people loved them, which of course they did. They're very cool. And so when we did the reorder, we added two
newer colors. Go for the first.
Never before been seen. This lovely lilac purple. Again, you got the if you knit, you know, lilac purple.
And then I love this one. It's if you knit, you know, in black. I just think.
So they are like when they
have a flat bill.
It's super flat, and you can, I mean, it's kind of hard to bend, but I gave mine a little bit of a curve.
Someone who bought it in Vermont and then saw us later.
She said she wrapped yarn or something, right?
She bent it to the way she liked, then wrapped yarn and kind of left it for, a little while. And then it was bent the way she wanted. So I haven't picked out one. I'm not a big hat wearer because I have such short hair. I always end up with hat hair.
Yeah.
But if I do go with one, I'm going to bend the bill, and I'm probably going to go with the black, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, think about it.
Black with my silver hair is the way to go. Anyway.
There's no bad choice here. I think they're really fun. And I don't know if we'll keep these around forever, if this will be a limited edition launch. So, bless you. If you want one, this is a great time to get it.
And it's also a great gift.
I was just gonna say that.
It's a great gift.
It's a great gift. So there you are.
Especially if you know people, who'd get it, If they knit, they know.
If you knit, you know.
Yeah. So,
what's going on in the mill?
I don't know. I'm going to go find out. Come on along. All right. I'm going to start our tour actually in the back, and I'm going to flip this around and let you know it's not sexy, but this is how we sometimes have to dry things. So this is Aurora Borealis light on the racks drying, and if you swing by, this is January Nights. This is one of it's 2-ply, so this is 1-ply. This will be the other one, and once it's all dry, we'll then, pin draft it and ply it. And then next to it is our Leaves in the Brook DK drying. So that just gives you a sample, and I'm going to swing back and show you this is our space that's going to get totally transformed now that we've moved all our desks upstairs. So a lot of organizing is going to happen down here. Which will happen eventually. So let me swing around, and I'm going to turn around and come over and take you through the door and see what we got. Oh, all right. We don't have any scouring going today. It would usually be Eileen, but she is on vacation. We are in the sinks. We are rinsing. What's going to be such fun. This is our peony that's been dyed overnight and now is getting rinsed, and that will get hung up to dry just like you saw the January Nights. And then right behind the sinks, I think you guys are familiar, is our our elegant dye studio. Emma is working on the dye studio. Oh, there's always so much activity. There's the man in yellow is our recycling guy, and he's come to take away the recycling. We appreciate that. So let's check out, see what's going on in the pots. The label says Red Hots, so let's take a look. Oop. Yep, so there's Red Hots, which frankly, we are out of, so it's great that we've got that dyed. So that's 4 pots. Each pot can hold about 5.5 pounds, and that will be ready to rinse. And meanwhile, Emma is setting out the dyes. This is what we put them in these squirt bottles, and we are pretty careful about weighing out the actual amount down to the gram. Emma, what are you dyeing?
It's the Aurora Borealis Roving.
Oh, all right. Yeah, so that Aurora Borealis, which is one of our most popular, we're going to, there's an A color and a B, and we're going to dye one of it 3 different times and make that into Roving, which we're showing you what the Roving looks like later on in the Millcast. So it's a new product for us, but every time we go to a festival, somebody says, why don't you sell some Roving? So we're going to give it a try. All right, let me keep going on this. You saw out front that we had Leaves in the Brook DK. This is Leaves in the Brook Light, which we're doing. And I don't know if Amanda has shown you this before. There's always a little bit of scraps. And so what you're seeing is this bag of our scraps. We hang on to them, and then we'll blend them all together in the future to create a mill blend. But in the meantime, we've got Leaves in the Brook going. Let's swing around. And you can see it here. Those same colors are coming on down. And filling up our bobbins. Oh, so cool. And then right next door is our Midnight Plum going crazy. Now we're plying it. So this is our older spinner that we now use for plying. And we're off to the races on that. And what's really fun is we are also doing some carding. I'm going to show you the back end where it's coming out. And then I'm going to show you what it looked like going in. So this is our relatively new can coiler. Way more high-tech than our old one. And this is our relatively new carder. Let me come around to the front and tell you what we're doing. Logan, Logan is in charge here. What are we carting?
I think it's mixed cream. Custom processing.
Oh, it's a custom processing?
Yeah.
Yeah, we won't say the customer's name, but yes, it's got a couple going in. But what's so cool is you can see all these different colors, and yet when you go around the other side, it all gets blended into a kind of a flat steel gray. Yeah. All right. So can you show me? Oh, so what you've done is, here's the bin of it, right? And then you're weighing it out. How much is in each bucket?
£1.5.
£1.50 is in each bucket. And that's when we do begin to start actually weighing things out to try to have some continuity when it comes out the other end. Cool. All right, we'll keep going. Oh, let me go around to the front. I think we mentioned what a gray, bleak day it is. You can see it out there. Shiny streets, a little bit of rain. We have some undyed sport drying, and then we have a wonderful custom processing. This is a 3-ply. This is so yummy. It's a very dark, again, this is the natural color. It's got a lot of Corriedale in it. There's a lot of loft to this. It's just really spongy, and it's just gorgeous. I'm sorry that you can't actually feel it. It is soft as could be, and the 3-ply just makes it really Cadillac. So, that's what's going on in the mill. A little subdued, but that's okay. It's early.
It's early, and
Yeah.
it's also, heading into holidays, so we've got a little bit of folks out this week to celebrate with their family.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. I'm calling this next section "What We Aren't Knitting."
Okay.
Do you want to go first? Yours is quick.
I have anything.
You haven't been feeling well.
There's the sicknesses keep cycling around my household, and in addition, I will say it again, I'm quite pregnant, so
just got into it.
There's also this effect. I don't know if I've talked about it on the Millcast of we heat our house with wood. I feel like I have to say it that way because it sounds very Vermont hipstery.
This episode should be subtitled "All Things Vermonty."
It puts you up a rung when you heat with wood in the how Vermonty are you.
So let's be clear: 100% house is heated with wood.
We do not have a backup heater running currently. Shoulder season with the kids now, we've gotten into. We usually just run our. We have a propane, but we're getting a heat pump put in imminently, hopefully by the end of the year.
Okay.
So anyways. When we first moved in the house, we were 100% with wood. We actually Cody built this beautiful thing that you can cover up our propane heater with so that it looks kind of just like a little side table. And so it's put away. So, but the issue is our house is so small and so tight that when we start a fire in our very nice wood, it's a Woodstock soapstone or Vermont soapstone company?
Vermont soapstone?
Yeah. It's a beautiful little tiny stove, but it heats the house. So it's 80 degrees, it
could overdo it.
It overdoes it, and every night you have to build a new fire because if you keep it going, it's just way too hot in there.
Okay.
So, anyways, we now use our other heaters for the shoulder seasons. All that to say is we're not in shoulder season anymore. We are into winter time.
Yeah.
Today is not that cold.
Not too bad.
When we have a fire going, it is like a drug to me. I already have a hard time when it's dark out staying awake, and then you put the fire on and you feel the heat from the stove coming off. And I'm just so when I usually knit, I'm sleeping.
So let me understand something. If you're doing all wood, and you're having to manage the temperatures, once you start it, do you let the embers go completely out? Or are the embers still going in the morning so it's easy?
House, because it's so tight and small and the stove is so efficient, we end up feeding the fire before we go to bed, and then by the morning, usually it's more or less totally put out, and certainly we don't get another fire going in the morning.
Oh, you
don't? We
don't?
just let the house, because it'll go to 65 degrees.
Oh, okay.
And then by the time, also because we have a bunch of windows on our the sun-facing side, depending on the day, we get a lot of heat that way too.
Okay.
So then around 4 or 5 o'clock when we get home and we're gonna think about starting a fire, when it's really cold, we're talking the negative 40 days we sometimes get, it might dip down to 57. It gets a little uncomfortably cold, but then we get the fire going in within an hour.
Okay.
We're okay. So that's it. Our house fluctuates a lot, which is annoying. Again, the windows end up getting condensation on them, and
Yeah.
that is very annoying to deal with. But other than that,
Okay.
it's great. It's fine. It's workable. It's,
Okay,
it's a culture.
Okay, but it's basically you build a fire once a day,
We build a fire once a day.
and it's usually
In the
late in the
evening.
afternoon, early evening.
On
Got
the
it.
weekends, we might get it going
Okay.
earlier, but then we're like in our shorts by the time we go to bed.
Yeah, we have an insulated fireplace, so it's an insert inside our fireplace.
Yeah.
And it too burns incredibly efficiently.
Yeah.
But it'll take the edge off.
It's not. And your house is much more spacious too.
Yeah, and so we have radiant heat on the first floor, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
The challenge with that is you can't change you can't change it on a dime. So if the temperature drops outside,
Yeah.
and you want to turn the heat up,
Takes a while.
in about 12 hours. Literally, it takes 12 hours,
Yeah.
and that's when you go get the fire going,
Yeah.
and heat the place up. Anyway, more Vermont
All
stuff.
that to say is, like, I'm going to blame part of my not knitting on the fact that, like, if I sit down on the couch at the end of the day and the fire's going, there's a good chance I'm just going to drift off.
you're-
and I'm
know
awake
what?
at, like, midnight then. And I'm like, well, I might as well read for an hour.
Well, that's okay.
So what are you not knitting?
Well, I talked about at the last episode about wanting to work through my stash, and I showed a picture of all these little balls. And Liz had said, "Oh, great stash buster is the sea glass,"
yeah.
and I know it is. For me, it's a pain in the tush because I hadn't really appreciated what it was going to mean that every row you got to cut 2 strands, not 2 together, and continue. And I was just like, "Oh man, it's not fun." And I just said, life's too short.
Yep.
I will either donate it or come up with some other way to bust my stash.
It's a perfect size for, you can donate to, like, schools and stuff.
Yeah, but and maybe somebody have ideas that it's maybe a cowl. I don't know. I could do a bunch of Sophie
weaving?
scarves. I'm not a weaver. That's too much precision. Way too
But
much
maybe
precision.
somebody could weave.
Oh yeah, yeah.
that gonna-
I know I could find a home, but if I'm going to do anything with it, it ain't going to be the sea glass sweater. That's all I'm saying.
Understood.
Yeah, and now we have some new yarn coming off, one of our Farm Fresh, and we haven't had any Farm Fresh for a while.
You're
and
inspired.
I'm getting a little like, ooh.
Yeah.
So
Totally.
that's what happens when you own a mill. You see something coming, you go, yeah, well, maybe I'll do something with that.
Ideas. It's like
I'm going to tease it. There's some Romney coming your way. Mwah.
I want to equate it to, like, I think people who have fantasies of, like, owning or working in a yarn store probably have that.
Yeah.
Like, well, if I did that, I would be so happy because I'd be all inspired and touching all this yarn. And here it is the same. Like, we're in there, and that's when I made that sweater that I still haven't showed a picture of Lewis and his stripes.
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
cedar, creamsicle, and raspberry. That was because I was hanking cedar, creamsicle, and raspberry, and I was like, ooh, what could I do with this?
Yeah.
It's fun to do that.
No pressure, but we look forward to seeing it before he outgrows it.
He's got at least a year.
Oh,
At
okay.
least a year.
All right.
It's
Very
pretty,
good.
It's pretty chunky on him.
We've got an open house coming up at the end of the month.
We do.
It's the Saturday after Christmas, the 27th. What I'm excited about, because yes, you're right, we're headed into December, and I'm going to probably talk about it a few times because I've been so looking forward to it. Todd and I are going to drive up to Quebec City, which is about a 4.5-hour drive from us. And my daughter Kate and her husband Colin they live in Portland, Maine, as our other daughter does as well. And they're going to meet us up there in the old section of Quebec City, which Todd and I only just discovered last February. But they have apparently this amazing Christmas market where stalls are set out kind of like the European
style,
so it's not like stores. I'm sure the stores that exist already decorate, but these are stalls set up outside.
And you need a warm coat up there.
Oh, I'll have a warm coat, and there's apparently fire pits set out throughout the city.
Maybe some mulled wine. I don't know what their open container is.
Yeah,
but
sugar on
that's what I
snow,
always
and
think about.
I can't wait. So we're doing that
so
around
fun.
the weekend of December 13th. So
Yay.
we got a couple of
Look
things.
forward to pictures from that.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Well, all I have to report on life-wise is I did finish several books recently, and I wanted to share one that I really liked.
Oh,
I
good.
didn't like the cover, but it was highly recommended.
It's amazing how much the cover can influence.
I know, because I saw it in my favorite bookstore, the Norwich bookstore, which if you're ever coming through, worth a stop.
Guess where it is?
In Norwich.
Norwich, Vermont. Yeah.
Right next to where the inn is. Anyways, and one of the folks that worked there was like, "Oh, this is so good." She was talking it up, and I looked at the cover. I was like, "Can't do it." And then I went to the library, and then they had it there, and I was like, "Well, It's a library book. I could.
What library do you? Oh, you have
The
the Norwich.
Norwich
Yeah, right.
Library.
Sorry. The Norwich Public Library. Ding,
So I
ding.
did check it out from the library, and I read it like in 3 days. It was very good. It was very well written. It's a memoir. It's called Exit Wounds: A Story of Love, Loss, and Occasional Wars by Peter Godwin, and he is a white African from Zimbabwe.
Okay.
Formerly Rhodesia. That plays like a big part in the book. But it's sort of writing about women in his life. So I was like, I don't want to read a memoir by a man while I'm pregnant right now. I don't want to read about war. But most of it centered on his mother, who was a doctor there, like one of the very first doctors graduated from her class in England. Then they moved to, this is so American, the country that starts with a Z, I can't remember.
I would think Zimbabwe.
Yeah, and then it's about his sister and his wife and his mom, and it's just very well written. And I don't know if you ever find this, but like books by non-American native English speakers, there's just some interesting vocabulary in terms of phrases you don't get here. And so I enjoyed just like, oh, I've never heard that word before. And there's a lot about language and stuff in it.
Say the name of the book again?
It's Exit Wounds. Peter Godwin. He was a war correspondent in Africa for most of his career for
Right. It's a great title. It just, so many interpretations. Exit Wound.
The fonts, the type on the type was what really got me on the book. It's like, you'll see, but I couldn't, but anyways, it was a really, really, really good book. And for a fun read, I did finish Big Swiss, which I mentioned about, which is, a little sexy, a little like mischievous. It's very, it's way more like modern. Most of what I've been reading is like olds for my book club and Ulysses, and Big Swiss was fun. So.
Great. That's like the fun one I just finished was, I fall for it every time. John Grisham's newest one called The Widow. If you want just just give me something to distract me. Grisham's a good storyteller. Cool. And this wasn't one of his best, even though it's...
He's like a very prolific dude.
Oh,
right?
my God. He writes books in his sleep. I swear to God.
Yeah.
And whenever he writes one, it's always, on the New York Times bestseller list, as this one is.
Yeah.
And it's not one of his best, but it's Grisham. It's story.
It's fun.
So, yeah.
Cool.
There you have it.
One more thing to show off.
Oh, yeah.
For our upcoming open house, because I don't think we showed these on the Millcast before, but they were sitting behind me on our very bare shelves. Check out these little roving babies we've been making.
4 ounces of fun.
So this is pin drafted, hand dyed roving that otherwise would go into making tracks.
Yeah.
This is our in the clearing colorway. I can tell at least one of the two skeins.
in the leaves in the brook.
In the clearing.
I'm sorry, I was mashing up both of them. They were stuck.
Leaves in the clearing.
Very fun. And
but they're so fun to make because we end up putting them. I haven't actually seen roving put up like this before.
No, I haven't either. And what I love about it is because the color changes, if you got just a round up ball, you kind of wouldn't know what you're really getting. And this is lets you know.
Too thin, in my opinion, to do the braids like what some people do. Because our comb top, before it's pin drafted, you could definitely do a braid. But this, when we pin draft it, it's going to get a little thinner. Are you coming to say hi? I think we have a little guest star.
We have a little guest here.
Okay, my little guest.
So big.
You're doing so good over there all by yourself. Do you want to say hi? You look at the camera and say hi? Yeah.
Perfect. A wave is what we wanted.
Anyways, so Maeve and I have got a big, fun day off of school planned. I think we're going to go to the greenhouses. I've never been.
Oh, at Dartmouth?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I want to go to the pool and swim.
The pool and swim?
Oh.
That might happen, too. Little one just passed.
I'm learning to swim all by myself.
You're learning to swim all by yourself. This is what I heard. I love that pool.
Yeah,
the Upper
we'll probably
Valley
do that
Aquatic Center, one of our great treasures in the Upper Valley.
Yeah, we'll do that, too.
I like my swim lessons.
You like your swim lessons. I love it. I go there and row. You go there to swim.
Peg does not get in the water.
Nah, don't like to get wet. And on that note, Maeve, we're going to say goodbye, okay?
Say bye.
Bye.